Hello, my wonderful subscribers, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing something I haven't done in a while. I think it's been like 2 years or so since I've done this, but today I'm going to be reacting to your K-pop confessions/opinions. So I asked you guys on Instagram, link in the description by the way, to send in controversial K-pop opinions. So today I'll be reacting to them and stating my opinion on them as well. Disclaimers as always, because some of you are absolutely unbearable when it comes to listening to other people's opinions. This is going to be a video where you're going to hear me or someone else say something that you probably won't agree with, and that is fine. If you hear something that makes you just so angry that you feel inclined to leave a hate comment or go to rant about me on Twitter, might I recommend that instead you meditate, write in your journal if you have one, drink some tea, and maybe ponder why you get so upset over K-pop. Also, I will not be including every single confession that was sent to me in this video. I received a ton and I only picked ones that were interesting to me, so if you don't see yours here, please don't be too upset. This video would be hours long if I responded to every single one. So yeah, I'm finally done with all of my disclaimers, but before we get into the video, let me tell you about this video's sponsor, Kpop. Kpop is a monthly subscription box filled with K-pop merchandise such as clothing, posters, photo cards, stationery, plushies, Korean snacks, and more. Kpop ships worldwide and has a variety of boxes you can choose from based on the group you want merch from. Getting started with your subscription is easy, and Kpop allows you to customize your box based on your clothing size, the duration of your subscription, what albums you already have, and your bias in your favorite groups. You can also upgrade your box to receive more Korean snacks plus more merchandise that's also higher in value. We all know that buying merch can be expensive and stressful, and there's such a large variety of merch to choose from. But Kpop makes shopping for your favorite groups easy by surprising you each month with new items, and the cost of Kpop is equivalent to that of one t-shirt or album. For 5% off your first Kpop, use my code REDVELVETSUS at checkout. Thank you so much to Kpop for sponsoring this video. Now let's get into the video. First confession is, IZ*ONE is insanely boring. Every comeback sounds the same. I wouldn't go as far to say they're boring, but their title tracks can be very formulaic. Their title tracks can be very predictable, and it doesn't really seem like they experiment that much unless they're doing covers or stages where they collaborate with other artists. Next opinion is, not only the fandom but the public's opinion on them kind of ruined BTS for me. I don't understand why you all let outside opinions affect how you feel about BTS. Yes, the fandom and the general public can be annoying, but as an ARMY, my love for BTS outweighs any of the shitty people in the fandom. Whenever people say this, I just kind of assume that you didn't really care for BTS that much to begin with if you let other people change your opinion about them so easily. Next opinion is, the retro 80s trend in K-pop this year was overdone, TBH. I disagree with this. I've been seeing a lot of this opinion lately and it just kind of annoys me. Just a few months ago, I saw everybody demanding that their faves jump onto the retro bandwagon, and now everybody's tired of it, and this always happens. People always want their faves to jump on the bandwagon when it's still considered obscure and unique, but the second it reaches mainstream, it's like spoiled milk to K-pop stans. I love the retro trend personally, and I hope it continues in 2021. Most of last year's best releases were retro comebacks. Next opinion is, K-pop's hype and popularity internationally probably peaked with Dynamite's release. I strongly disagree with this one. Ever since 2018, people have been trying to predict the decline of K-pop internationally, and I just don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't think we're at the point where it'll become mainstream, especially in the West, but seeing the success of groups like BTS, BLACKPINK, TWICE, and other groups, it really doesn't seem like K-pop is declining anytime soon. Plus, I think a lot of people are anticipating K-pop declining to the levels that it was at during the mid to late 2000s, and I also don't see that happening either. With the way K-pop has been steadily gaining popularity over the past decade, I doubt K-pop will ever decline back to the point that it was at during the first and second gen. And if K-pop ever does lose steam, its popularity will probably just plateau instead of decline. Next opinion is, BLACKPINK have some of the worst choreos in the whole industry. Most of them look uncomfy/weird. Yeah, I've thought this for a long time, but the Pretty Savage choreo really solidified that for me. Their choreo looks so awkward, and it really doesn't do the members any favors since they are clearly good dancers. They often try and beef up the choreo by adding, sparkly outfits, lighting, backup dancers, but it just doesn't cover up the fact that the choreo is still bad. Hopefully in the future, YG uses his cognitive thinking skills and replace whoever choreographs their dances now. Next opinion is, I actually think TXT has some of the best music out of the 4th gen. I've seen so much hype over TXT's discography, and I'm sorry to say that I just don't get it. There are a handful of songs I love from them, like Cat and Dog, Blue Orange Jade, 20 Centimeters, Fairy of Shampoo, and Ghosting, but for the most part, I've been kind of bored with their music overall. Next opinion is, queer baiting and fan service is getting on my nerves. Honestly, as somebody who's a member of the LGBT community, queer baiting has never bothered me to the extent that it does other people. I completely respect everyone's opinions on it, and I know I'm not the voice of gay people everywhere, but it doesn't really bother me that much. It could also be partially because I'm a girl group stan, and I feel like queer baiting and fan service might be more common amongst boy groups. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Next opinion is, Super M and BLACKPINK aren't getting Grammy nominations anytime soon or ever. BLACKPINK could have a chance in the future, but it's never happening for Super M, and if on the off chance that it does, I will personally be robbing every single member on the board of the Recording Academy that allowed that to happen. Next opinion is, the K-pop age decreasing is weird and concerning. Multiple 14/15 year-olds debuting in 2020. I don't know why everyone thinks that K-pop idols debuting young is new. Idols have been debuting as teenagers for years. Crystal from FX and Taemin both debuted at 14. Suzy and Jungkook debuted at 15. This has been happening in the industry for years. It's not just a sudden decrease with 2020. Next opinion is, 2020 K-pop groups had some of the worst names. Gravity, Enhypen, aespa, Weekly. Yeah, these names are fucking clapped. Weekly is kind of cute though. Next opinion is, Big 3 uses media play to diminish CA accusations, making people of color look sensitive. Okay, y'all have got to give these conspiracy theories a rest. Like, we all know a handful of big 3 groups who are especially messy in 2020, but I'm really tired of people trying to diminish the problematic shit these idols do by trying to come up with conspiracy theories about media play or publicity. Believe it or not, it's completely possible that your idols are just culturally insensitive and racist, and no amount of theorizing is going to change that. Cough, cough, and citizens. Next opinion is, South Korea does not care about boy groups outside of the really popular ones. Oh yeah, my friend sent in a confession. Hi, Ara! Also, I completely agree with this. There were so many girl groups releasing smash hits last year, and really the only popular boy group comebacks were the ones from BTS. K-nets have even started complaining about the lack of quality music from boy groups in recent years, so this is definitely true. Next opinion is, most K-shows/awards are changing the criteria and making it more difficult for international fans to participate in voting/streaming/etc. That means companies will have to worry about developing an stable domestic fan base or attracting the Korean general public, so buy construction music. I feel like this is bittersweet because international fans should be able to participate in voting and streaming just as much as Korean fans, but like you said, this also might push groups to retire the pots and pans music, so hopefully we get something good out of it. Next opinion is, IDK if it's just me, but aespa seems more like a YG group than an SM group. Yeah, they don't really give me the vibe of an SM group. They do sort of remind me of BLACKPINK, and no, I'm not trying to accuse them of copying them. aespa just really isn't giving me the vibe of an SM girl group, especially considering that SM actually seems to care about them. Next opinion is, Twice ain't making it past 2023. They are past their prime. I wholeheartedly disagree with this. Twice has only been growing in popularity, especially for the past 2 to 3 years, and I don't see their popularity declining anytime soon. Also, unlike other groups, I don't see any of the members going solo or leaving JYP. Next opinion is, IDK W2F BBC is high on for thinking about debuting a new girl group when they can barely even manage Loona. Why are these messages written so weird? But yeah, I hate BBC with the fire of 1,000 suns. They are a train wreck at best, and they literally fumble the bag with Loona for so long. Loona suffered all through 2019 because of BBC's own internal issues. They still haven't stated whether or not Hassel will be joining the girls for their next release, and they still haven't fired Loona's stylist despite all the shit that was stirred up because of them. I would say to hope BBC comes to their senses, but they're so painfully stupid that it would feel almost redundant at this point. Next opinion is, BLACKPINK's use of AAVE is cringy and annoying. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing AAVE slapped into their songs when it doesn't make any sense. Cough cough, you gon' finna catch me. It also just genuinely rubs me the wrong way considering that BLACKPINK have a history of mimicking Black culture in a way that's very distasteful to say the least. Next opinion is SM trying to make NCT groups in America, Indonesia, and Africa is the dumbest idea ever. NCT just started getting decent sales and they're still not that popular with the Korean general public. Watching SM spend all this money on their 10 million subunits feels like they're just lighting their money on fire. Next opinion is SM should stop wasting money on NCT. It took 22 men to sell 1 million copies, spend money on Red Velvet. Yeah, this relates to the last confession. I don't know how long it's going to take for SM to stop burning all their money on NCT. Probably never if we're being honest, but Red Velvet is literally SM's biggest active group right now, and it would be really nice to see them actually put effort into promoting Red Velvet. Next opinion is Icy by ITZY is the worst song I've ever heard. Yeah, I don't know how anybody sits through this song. It gives me a headache. Also, while we're on the topic of ITZY's music, they deserve a better discography than the one JYP just slapped together for them. Most of their music gives me a migraine. Next opinion is selling out an item idols own is borderline stalker behavior. I really don't see the big deal with this. I know a lot of people were upset people sold out the bed Jungkook was sitting on in his recent selfie, but I don't really see the big deal. People can spend their money however they like, and there are people doing way creepier things that people just completely ignore. Cough cough, headliner, cough cough, Taekook lives. Next opinion is my biggest pet peeve is people saying Psycho is 2020 song of the year like it's not a 2020 song for fuck's sake. Okay, well it seems like you don't really understand how award shows work, because if you did, you'd know that Psycho qualified as song of the year in 2020. Also, I remember seeing this all over Twitter during award show seasons, and I'm sorry to say that if you tweeted something like this, you really just exposed yourself as not understanding a large portion of the music industry in general. Next opinion is I want idols and groups to start plagiarizing problematic groups because they've got some bangers. Exactly, I need Twice to plagiarize Nonstop by Oh My Girl so I can stop feeling bad when I listen to it. Start plagiarizing problematic groups, they don't deserve good music anyways. Alright, so that is all the confessions I have for today. Thank you to everyone who sent them in. I had a lot of fun reading all of them. Once again, this is all in good fun. If you get unreasonably upset about anything said in this video, in the comment section, your comment will be deleted and you will be blocked. If you want to be included in the next confessions video, you should go follow me on Instagram at seulrene_alt. The link will be in the description. Also, don't forget to check out Kpop. I promise you will not regret it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye!